Welcome to the Stronger Leader podcast, home of the hashtag Stronger movement, where we explore the fascinating tapestry of human experience. I'm your host, Tony Cardello. Each episode, we'll sit down with a remarkable guest to dive into their unique journeys, from successful business leaders to individuals who have faced the darkest of times and emerged stronger, even from some of the inspiring youth of this emerging generation. We'll also cover essential topics on marriage, leadership, as well as spiritual, physical, and mental health, all in hopes to provide you with the tools and motivation to navigate your own life's challenges. Whether you're here to learn, grow, or simply be inspired, there's something for everyone. So get comfy, settle in, and join us as we embark upon this journey together. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well. Turn on the notifications so you'll know whenever we drop new content. All right, let's get started. All right, ready for this?
Yeah. Let's go.
Welcome to the Stronger Leader podcast. It's your host, Tony Cardello. I got some of my new guests here. I got Chelsi and Josh Wooton on the show with us. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
All right. So I don't even know if I'm going to use that for the intro, but it's fun anyway, right?
We got big fans out there.
Yeah, dude, we're live in the studio audience.
Legit.
Okay, so let's do this. Josh, talk. Mic check.
You're good. Hello. Check.
All right, good. And then Chelsi, you're on mic 2.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
We're good.
Good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I got some questions, maybe.
Good.
So
somebody has an idea.
Yeah, we have a little idea. So, what we'll do is the format we'll just go through. I'll have some questions. We can go like as far off topic as possible because I really don't care.
Okay.
I just want to have some good conversation. We can get into, if you got something that you want to get out there and say it, whatever.
Okay.
So we'll just let conversation flow.
Love it.
All right, good. So, first and foremost, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Okay.
Where you from? Where'd you grow up? How'd you meet? All the fun backstory.
All right, ladies first.
Go for it.
So our story starts actually at a CrossFit gym, which I think you'll like that. Right?
Yep.
And it's really funny. And my version of the story is, I think, the best. So Josh and I had been working out at the same CrossFit gym for probably a year or so, and he never spoke to me. But the way that he would look at me when I came into the gym, I was like, does this guy have something wrong with him? Like, he would just I think somebody told him, they were like, just look at her, look through her, just look. So anyways, he would just do that. And I just thought he was weird. And I actually had a boyfriend at the time, and then life happened. And when you're going to a CrossFit gym, you hang out, your friends.
Yeah.
Like a little
blood, sweat, and tears together.
Yeah. You hang out together. So we'd socialize together. And, I knew he had a girlfriend, I had a boyfriend. And then I became single, and he was on me like white on rice, and he was like.
So then you quickly became single too, then, I guess.
Well, yes, I did.
And he was like, if I don't ask you out, somebody else is. And so we started dating, and he was perfect. And
still is.
Yeah, I was about 3 months into the relationship. I took a test, and it was positive.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We passed our first test.
So we just had our 9-year anniversary, and we have a 10-year-old dog.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right.
So,
The math kind of math.
Secrets out. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we were fools rushing. I was almost 30, and he was in his 30s. We knew what we wanted to do, and we both wanted a family, and we wanted to raise kids. And I feel like of all the things Josh and I have done, we can raise some kids.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, how many kids do you guys have now?
We just have 2, but it feels like 20.
Yeah.
They are, our oldest is 10, and she's a gymnast. So we are on the path. She wants to be in the Olympics.
Oh, that's
and
great.
We say, let's go. So we're doing that. She's got 30 hours in at the gym every week. I'm actually homeschooling her now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going all in on the
All
gym
in
deal.
on
So
the
she's
gymnastics.
okay. Cool.
It's a college tuition at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her gymnastics is from 11 to 5 every day.
Wow.
So she puts in a lot of hours.
It's just like a cat. So what gym is this? What?
Fusion in Kearney.
Yep.
We've gone to a couple, but that's where we're at now. And then our little guy, he does everything from, he can play the guitar, ride a bike, he has a dirt
What
bike.
are their ages again?
She's 10 and he's almost 8. Okay. He's a wrestler, as you know.
Yeah.
Seen me in the wrestling room. And then he does football right now. He's my little Mahomes. He's quarterback number 15.
There we go.
So, anyways, our life is just literally all I do is just the kid stuff, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. So, Josh, I recently figured out you're from Ohio.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Chelsea, where are you
I'm
born
from
and raised?
Southeast Kansas. I'm from close. Yeah.
Southeast Kansas.
Coffeyville, south of Coffeyville. I grew up on a farm. A lot of people don't know that.
You look like a farm girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So, yep, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think that's like one of my hidden secrets. But like once you discover that and we talk for a little bit, you'll be like, oh, she's a farm girl.
Yeah, she's yeah. Okay. So, tomboy at heart.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I love it.
100%.
I love it. Dominique's like that a lot too. She'll rock the stilettos and do the whole deal. But she's they used to call her Scrappy D in high school.
Oh, I
actually.
love
Yeah,
that. That's a basketball name. Basketball? No?
Listen, yes, somebody told her early on, you can't take the fouls home with you.
Okay.
So she made sure to get rid of all.
She got rid of all of them. Yeah.
Spelled out everything. I love it.
Can you take a guess what sport she played?
That's good. Let's see. Track.
No.
Okay.
Probably could have, but it was in the same season as my sport.
Wrestling.
No.
I wish.
Yeah.
I was a softball player.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I could see that though. Yeah, you're super athletic.
She's a catcher.
Yeah, and I'm
Catcher.
I'm from a small community. We didn't have soccer. We didn't have swim. We didn't have gymnastics. I mean, we didn't have anything. We had the basic sports.
Got it.
I played all of them, but softball was my sport.
So how many kids in your high school?
I graduated with like 75. So what does that make? About 300, 350.
Okay.
Not very big.
Yeah, not big at all. I think
No.
I had, okay.
Yeah.
And then, so as fate would lead you guys to Kansas City to meet each other. So tell me about that journey. How'd you get to Kansas City all the way from Ohio? Yeah. Well, tell me, let's start with your upbringing. So you're from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio, St. Paris Graham. It's a wrestling school that you've been to all their camps, Coach Jordan, Jeff Jordan. So I got a college scholarship. I was a 2-time state champ at St. Paris Graham. I got a scholarship at Northern Illinois University to wrestle there. I wrestled there for 5 years. Had a girlfriend at the time. She was a gymnast, which is funny.
Yeah.
And she was from Liberty High School. She was coming back here to be in dental school at UMKC. I moved back here to Kansas City.
Protect the innocent.
I moved back here with her, and that didn't work out. And I was at a car show. I'm really big into muscle cars. I
didn't know that.
A 71 Chevy Nova, and I was at a car show, and I was just sitting there. I had recently split up with my girlfriend. I'm all alone in Kansas City. I'm sitting there. All I got's my car, and Randy Smith comes walking by, and I knew him from Jordan's camp. So I was a counselor there. He would bring kids there all the time, and he's like, "Wooton, what's up?" I told him my story. He's like, "Hey, where you live?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen." He's like, "Why don't you move into my basement?" I just finished my basement, so I moved into Randy's basement, and
no kidding.
The rest is history.
That's cool.
He took me to the CrossFit gym. He's like, "Hey, why don't you come meet some people? Why don't you work out?" I saw her.
What was he doing at the CrossFit gym?
He used to be. Sorry, Randy. He used to be pretty fit. He's a beast. He's strong. I know. He's very, very strong.
Shout out Randy.
Shout out Randy Smith. Yep, he actually got ordained and was our minister.
Oh,
Randy's
get out of
like
here!
A huge part of our story.
That is so cool. Yeah, I can totally see that with him.
Randy's
He's such
awesome.
a good dude. Yeah.
But she skipped the funny part of us meeting.
Okay, tell me about it.
So,
is this
yeah,
censored?
It's whatever we want it to be.
Okay, so
yeah, she tells it better than
I do tell it better. So here's our meeting. So, and this is like totally on point for me. So he gets my Snapchat. Remember, like back when everybody had Snapchat. Now all the teens.
You got to remember, I'm 46.
You are older.
So
but hey, listen.
I'm 44.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm not.
I guess that's what the single 20-year-olds did 10 years ago. We were all on Snapchat. So he gets my Snapchat and he messages me, and I said, "How'd you get my Snapchat?" Or "Why are you messaging me?" or something. And actually, this was before I was single. And I said, "The only thing I know about you is that you have a girlfriend and you eye fuck me at the gym." I said that to
That's
him.
the first actual conversation we
And
ever
he
had
was
was
like,
that.
it didn't scare him away.
That's
so.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Randy put that into our wedding vows.
Yeah, he tried to. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is great. Okay, so tell me first date. What was the first date?
Oh boy. Went to a drive-in movie, and Josh is like super extra. It's almost annoying.
Mm-hmm.
He borrows Randy's truck. He gets a blow-up air mattress. He wants, like, I swear, where they're like candles lit. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah.
We went to a drive-in movie, and there was a little bit of movie that was watched, but
Yeah. Are you a hopeless romantic?
Yeah.
Are you? That's good. Yeah.
Like, Yeah.
I love that.
I go all in. If I do something, I'm going to do it right.
Oh, yeah.
That's my motto. I live by anything worth doing, worth overdoing. Look, I mean, within like 24 hours, I had a full podcast
perfect.
studio.
Yeah.
Ours is how you.
I can make a shirt.
Yeah.
How you do anything is how you do everything. It's actually something if you go through all my videos, I've said it a million times, and then I've seen that. I'm like, that one, yes. Yeah, that is great.
I actually have that tattooed on my arm right here. It's in cursive. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I knew we were friends.
That was in my self-help journey when I started reading, and I was watching a bunch of Jesse Itzler stuff. That's his thing.
Gotcha. Cool. That's cool. That's awesome. So tell me, I got to know, and it doesn't matter if there is or isn't any darkness in your guys' stories of coming back from nothing, whether married, individually, any you guys either,
Sure.
whether it's personally, family, anything.
Want me to go first?
Sure. Yeah.
I would say my little bit of darkness, and I think what makes me the way I am is I have a little bit of a complicated relationship with my father.
Okay.
And that's kind of a lot of who I am. And you can probably tell that a little bit. I think people are like, oh, she's a tough girl. Like they probably think I don't have a dad or have dad issues or whatever, but that's definitely like a thing in my life, and it's still overcoming it. And so it's kind of from a place that like, I don't really feel like I can, you're not supposed to talk about it till it's a scar. Right. So that's like a big part of my journey. And I think it like led me into a lot of different things. My dad and I just don't have a relationship. Like he's emotionally unavailable, and it's kind of the gist of it. And I was not given any confidence. I didn't have any belief in myself. So I went away to college, and I was like a blank slate, and I could have gone the other way, but I learned how to like develop my own belief system. And of course, you kind of go through a lot of, you replace your dad with other men, and those other men usually don't do you right. So I kind of learned a lot of things from each man. I was physically abused at one point, had my nose broken, still kept going back to him. And finally, I had the strength to walk away. That was my first tattoo. I got my first tattoo on my wrist. I don't know how I ever got to be a girl that let a guy put his hands on her, but everybody has their bottom out moment, and that was mine. And I think if it wouldn't have been for that, though, I probably wouldn't have been looking for somebody as amazing as Josh. I can even remember when we first started dating, I would tell him, I'm like, I don't deserve you. Like, he was just so good and so perfect. I had never really experienced that in a man before, and I tried to tell myself I didn't deserve him. So I mean, that's really my darkness, and I love it though, because my only priority is to be a good parent. Like, I just want to be so emotionally available and so just in my kid's life that I think maybe if my past hadn't been the way it was, I wouldn't be as motivated or focused on that. So I'm a little bit thankful.
God bless the broken roads, right?
Yep.
I think there's a good song.
It's
a great song.
Yeah. So I think that cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And I think that in my opinion, the more vulnerable and open and honest you are with things like that, here, listen, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in accidents. There's, I believe like this whole setting with us being here together today is probably some divine appointment, getting you to share your story, open up a little bit in the midst of it, and I don't think you hold it until there's a scar. I think part of you can heal before you're completely broken, and I think there's a piece of that. So, that's cool. You're definitely a strong chick, no doubt about it. And it's developed from that. So how about you, Josh? Any experiential darkness in your life, whether family upbringing or just personally?
So I've recently, through help from my wife here, I've recently came to the realization that I turn my emotions off. Like through my whole life, all I've known, into my adult life was just wrestling. And it was just always wrestling, no drinking, no partying. And it was just like always laser focused. And my practices were like, I got my butt whooped all the time, and I had to compartmentalize and just kind of take noise away. Right. So that has kind of forced me when I got to be an actual grown up and I'm here and all these things are happening, that I've learned I'm emotionally unavailable. I tune things out. Like if I don't have the highs and lows of emotions because I'm just focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, you're almost built like an infantry soldier at that point.
Almost, yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's helped me realize that a lot, and I'm doing a better job, I think, recently of like being in the moment and realizing, I have a feeling about this. It's okay to
Feel it.
portray that.
Yeah,
feeling.
100%. The whole Stronger Leader mission, everything that I'm doing is all about helping men be better men, not through what we know is raised as being tough. Being raised tough, the way we were raised is getting in a wrestling room, sweating, losing 15 pounds 1 week
Absolutely.
before, and shutting up and just getting it done. And, that's what, right. And that's what we knew tough was, right?
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut, get your shit handled and do what you got to do. Right. And, I'm trying to redefine what tough is. Tough, being a man is being vulnerable. I always joke all the time, I am sensitive. I'm not soft. Okay. Because I will cry while I'm choking the shit out of somebody.
Sure.
You know what I mean? There's a difference. And people, the old saying, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. And that's a truth. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that being in leadership that I try to teach all the time is being a leader and being assertive doesn't mean you have to be a dick. Right. And there's they can be, mutually different or, they don't have to be the same at all. Yeah. And so I, that's cool that you're identifying that, because I have found with being more sensitive, I have found myself to be tougher in those moments, right?
Really?
Because people, the old, hey, do you skip leg day? Meet me on the squat rack. I'll, do you're a pussy? Okay, meet me in the alley. I mean, that's what you try me, right? And I just, it's not. I don't carry around that tough guy persona that I grew up, and I'm a full blooded Italian, so we were like ultra. In my opinion, our culture predominantly has been that toxic masculinity in a sense, right? So I'm trying to reestablish biblical masculinity, right? And what that looks like. And I think that's, obviously modeling with the Stronger Leader being a cross and, modeling Christ, I think, and people get it messed up. They think Jesus was this like soft little creature that walked the earth. He's so sweet and talked to everybody. I mean, that dude flipped over tables in the synagogue and ran people. I mean, a whole mass amount of people out by himself, not scared of anything. Right. So there's a toughness still there that we know of, but also that toughness resides in that ability to be, calm and quiet and meek, so to speak. Meek doesn't mean weak, even though it rhymes. It's not the same. Yeah. So tell me about, as a kid growing up, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police officer. So did you guys have any aspirations as kids that you really thought you were going to be?
Did you?
When I was real little, like my son's age, I wanted to be in the NFL. I kept telling everybody I was going to be a football player, but then I wasn't big enough to even make the high school team,
I was 112 my senior year.
I was 103, 112, 125.
Yes, another one.
Yep. And I was 141 all 4 years in college.
That's crazy.
And now I'm like 180.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is I'm the same weight now as I was in college. Like, I didn't get any bigger.
Yeah.
Just same size.
Same size as I was at 141. So.
Yeah. That's great. How about you, Chelsea?
Well, I wanted to make money, so I didn't. I should give her some respect. My mom is amazing. She's just super submissive. So like everything, my whole childhood was kind of modeled to me as my dad did what my dad did, which was worked and made money, and he was never home. And then my mom just did whatever my dad told her to do. Mm-hmm. And I mean, my mom's a very, very spiritual, religious woman. My dad is not, but my mom is. And she was doing what she felt was her biblical role as the wife. Mm-hmm. But she also had no life, and she did everything for us. I mean, my mom worked from sun up until sundown and just took care of everything around the house and all the things. And I was like, I'm going to make money because I don't want to need, not that I don't want, but I don't need a man to take care of me. I want to be able to take care of myself. Mm-hmm. So I actually went to college to be a dentist. And unfortunately, I discovered that I like to have a little too much fun. And I didn't really make that route. So I decided to go into being a dental hygienist, half the schooling, half the responsibilities, if not more than that. And so I actually practiced as a dental hygienist for a decade before I left. I actually left during COVID. It was actually because my mom had a stroke and was in ICU for like a month, and she was up here at KU, and I sent an email from her bedside and I was like, this is where I need to be, not at work. And I don't know when she's getting out of here. And then when she did get released from the hospital, she recovered with me at my house. And that's kind of when I discovered my like whole new purpose in life. Never thought I would break away from the shackles of being a dental hygienist. I loved my career and I was freaking good at it. I was really good at talking to people. I could make them forget that they were in there getting their teeth cleaned because we would just talk. Or cold. Well, being the hygienist, I just cleaned them.
Right.
Yes. And, I could remember every single detail about their family from 6 months before. I have a photographic memory. I could see their face and all of the facts of their life would come flooding back to me. I didn't have to write it down or use notes. I could literally remember everything about my patients. Cool. And they loved that. And I would just talk to them and I was just really good at what I did and I loved it.
And she knew half of Kansas City.
I did.
For the first 5 years we were together, we could not go anywhere without her being stopped like 5 times. Oh my gosh, I know you.
Yeah.
everywhere we go. She's a celebrity.
I worked for like the most popular. I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Lake Brink. He's in Liberty, but
I think I have actually.
He's pretty popular. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. And so now you're doing, I know you follow you, so you're doing all that.
A little bit of everything. So I got into direct sales, network marketing back in 2020 during COVID. I started with a makeup company and it was just, it was literally God like helping me in my life. I had no idea what I was going to do for money. Josh and I have always kind of just figured it out. We're not, neither one of us are trust fund babies. We've always just figured it out.
My mom used to say, I wish we could have been born rich instead of beautiful.
I love that.
But here we are killing it.
Being beautiful, you can become rich.
Yes. So let's see. It was during COVID. I was determined to make some money. I got in with Saint Beauty makeup company. It was like back when women weren't able to go into like Sephora or Ulta anymore and buy their makeup. So it boomed.
Yeah, I bet.
I got a large clientele. I got a lot of women on my team. And that's kind of where I got my voice. So a lot of people think maybe it was the opposite. A lot of people think I got my voice because I was trying to get customers. Opposite. I make more people mad than I attract. So yeah, it's just funny, like the accusations that go around. But yeah, I started in with Saint, learned so much, like developed my leadership skills, like was like hosting my own retreats.
And you're still with them now, right?
They folded.
Kind of.
So I don't know if you follow kind of like the MLM world, but
I used to. I'm not as versed in it anymore.
Most of them have crumbled in the last, I would say, especially 5 years. So yeah, that was very interesting. I was going from making a substantial income to basically nothing. So they took away like your residual downline off of like all the people that you brought into your team. And now you just only make money off of your direct sales. So yeah.
She's selling herself short too. She had a couple hundred girls underneath her that she was like holding retreats and having leadership calls, and they were reading books together and they were going over these videos, and she was doing some really good stuff. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you. So, I mean, that's a gift in itself to be able to do that. Have you taken like any of those girls with you and like, hey, let's do our own thing, or you know what I mean, or figure out how to monetize and network build your own business. Girl, you're like halfway there.
I know.
People is, I mean, that's the hardest thing in business is people.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. When the company collapsed, it was sort of like, it was really sad, but I was like, yeah. And then I felt like I could reprioritize my family again.
I got it.
And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm loving it. Like my main goal, I'm making sure my kids get their protein intake. I'm making sure their toxins are low. I'm making sure they're getting their sleep. It's like, I'm just like dialed in. Like,
yeah. I like
it. In 8 years, I'm going to be done with that. So it's like, I'm going to do it now and I'm going to go hard. And it's not that I can't do any of that on the back burner. I'm not losing any, like sales skills are life skills. I learned those skills doing what I did, and those are life skills and they're not going anywhere else.
100%.
And I say often, I'm like, oh, if I would have learned these skills before I was a dental hygienist, I would have been so much better. So much better. I mean, sales skills are life skills.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Josh, are you with Randy? Are you working with Randy with United Rentals?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what do you do with them?
I'm the branch manager of the Power HVAC division. That's Randy's old job. He moved out to a regional position, and I took over for where he was. He hired me in as his service manager, and then once he moved out, I took over the branch.
Now, where's that at? Where's that located?
It was like over by the stadiums, but about a year ago, we moved to Kansas City, Kansas, over by the levee.
Gotcha. So do you work in office every day?
Yeah.
Or is that, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And how long you been with them?
About 2.5 years, 3 years.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good company. I see them everywhere.
Yeah. So I was at a foundry. It was Amstead Rail. It was a foundry, and I was there for like 7 or 8 years, right? 8 years, a long time. And it was I needed it. When I got that job, I needed it.
Right.
I mean, it was a big pay bump from where I was, and we were just having Harper, our daughter, and I'm very grateful for it. But it was hot and dark and dirty and nasty, and it was a foundry that made train wheels, right?
Yeah,
so they melt this steel, and there's silica dust in the air. And once I worked my way through that, I was a maintenance engineer, and then I was a quality guy, and then I moved into the management side, and I was third in charge of that plant. And it came to a point where I was just every day dreading going in and just telling people that they couldn't have vacation and that it gave me all my gray hair. Like, no, you can't have time off. You're working 12s for 30 days straight. And like everybody hated me and it was terrible. I couldn't do it anymore. Right. So Randy, I called him. I was like, hey, you got anything? He's like, actually, I do. So I came in, was his service manager. At the time, I think there were 6 employees there. Now we have 21 in 3 years. We've grown that much. Wow. And I've taken, I think, 8 guys that used to work at Griffin Wheel or Amstead Rail with me have moved over and work for me now. That's good. It's a good testament of your leadership. Yeah. I always tell everybody, if you think you're a leader, if you were to leave your current job, would anybody follow you? If not, you're just a manager. That's the truth. We got 8 of them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So tell me how, that's a good one. So what project, either one of you guys, would you be most proud of? Like any sort of big project that you put together, maybe something you built on your own or something that was big. What, am I your project? No. I mean, she's like, that's easy. And she looked at me. I would
say our back patio that we built during COVID.
Our patio. Yeah. There you go. So I built 1,000 square foot patio during COVID myself. I had no idea what I was doing. I was going to say prior construction. Yeah. No. she did a lot. I've got pictures of her pouring concrete caps. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
It's got a kitchenette, pergola. We did the whole thing.
I've got an engineering degree and I know CAD pretty well. That's what I was going to ask you. So I actually went out and measured it and took dimensions and I drew it on CAD and I got the dimensions of concrete blocks and cinder blocks and the thickness of the mortar. And I drew it to scale in CAD and then made a parts list of what I needed. And I went out, I bought all the parts, YouTubed how to pour concrete. I mean, I did everything myself. I love it. And when I was done with the project, I think I had like 4 scraps of 2x4s and a cinder block left. Oh my gosh. After 1,000 square foot patio, it's got like walls around it. And I got to come see it. I got to come see it. That's great. So my biggest project was I finished my entire basement at my old house completely high on meth. True story. Did it turn out good? I did. Hey, I did not have that left over. I had a lot of shit left over. Not as detailed as planning. Not quite nearly as detailed. Took me a while. So that was. So are you going to do this one off of meth this time? No, I'm not going to do this one at all. But I did come to the realization of like what a general contractor versus people that actually do their work and the pricing out of, there's like 3,500 square feet down here. So, we're pricing out and it's like building another house. Right. It's real expensive. Yeah. So like, holy cow. Well, then we got one guy that we found, Earl, the guys that finished Earl's basement. Yep. Earl referred him over here. Well, it's 2, and I think now 3 brothers. They all do this. They do the work themselves. They do, they sub out just like mudding and taping because, nobody likes to do that. Mm-hmm. But they do all the other work themselves completely top to bottom. So you're cutting out the general contractor, you're cutting out the, the markup on the subs and they're the guys, right? And so, man, it's like cut the whole bill in half. And so we're super excited. We're going to have a theater over there. And cool. He actually, because he seen my setup the other day when he came by, he's like, I'll do something special for your husband. I'm like, yeah. All right. Nice. He's going to make you your own room. Yeah. That's off to the side in the theater room, off to the side. There's like this wing that because of the way the garage is upstairs, it's a suspended garage. There's a side over there that's kind of dead space and he's going to make it like into a studio over there. Oh, cool. So it'll be awesome. Neat. Really cool. Yeah. And I also, it's something else I'm proud of. I made a gymnastics bar in the backyard for my daughter. Oh, that's awesome. So like, usually when you're, a gymnast, you have to go to the gym and actually swing on the ball to like giants and stuff. So I made 2x6s and I set them in concrete, and I got cables, and I put other 2x4s set in concrete, and I got turnbuckles and anchors, and I bought a rail, and I've got her a full-size bar.
You
outside.
do it. You go all out, don't you? I love it. I love it. It's awesome.
I do too. I do love it. But
I love it. That's so great.
Yeah, so she's out in our backyard doing giants and double backflips off of it onto a. I made a mat for her. Those mats are so expensive. An 8-inch gymnastics mat's like $1,000. So I bought 2 queen-size mattresses and put toppers on them, and had my mom make a cover for it, and it looks like a real mat out
That's
there.
so cool.
and that's exactly why I married him too. It's like, this guy, he's going to be the best dad, and he truly is. So.
Yeah, that's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
So tell me, okay, that's the biggest accomplishment or biggest project. Tell me about maybe a big failure in life, something that you've really, something that you learned a very, very valuable lesson from. It can be anything at all.
I think mine was don't do business with family. That was
Gosh, I know it's so hard.
That was kind of a tough lesson there. I'm not really. I mean, gosh, I know I've learned so many lessons.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like Josh, some of his lessons have came in his car buying experience. Maybe we should speak for each other.
Right.
What's mine? What do you think?
I mean, you find a way out of everything. I don't think you really have any.
I don't think I find my way. I can read people. I can sense people. I can tell you right away what someone's intentions are, if they're pure. I feel it in my nervous system. I can feel it. And so I don't get fooled very often. This guy, he has to call me a lot, and I'll be like, babe, they're fooling you. Like,
I see the world through rose-colored glasses. I really do.
He had a whole cancer scam at his work. We should even talk about that.
Oh,
Fake his
my
cancer.
goodness.
And I would be on the phone with him, I'm like, babe, honey. And this girl, it's actually real sad. We shouldn't even waste any time going into it, but she was a repeat offender. She had already done a cancer scam at her previous job with a different last name.
So tell me how that works. I got to hear about this. What's this cancer scam?
I don't know if I can actually get into it.
Okay.
Oh, that is true.
NDAs and all that.
we
Okay.
did
All
sign.
right. Fair enough.
So basically, you claim that you have cancer.
Yeah.
And then you just...
And you don't.
You just don't.
You don't.
And then when your employer asks for paperwork, you just keep coming up with lies about why you don't. And she had the fake report and all the things.
Holy shit.
It was bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But bad decisions, cars. She was saying I had bad decisions with cars. So when I first started dating her, I was asking her what her favorite car was. I go all out, right?
Question.
She thought I was just
Yeah, what's your dream car? What's your favorite car? What's your dream car?
She wanted a white Range Rover.
White
So
Range
I sold my car and bought her a white Range Rover.
That's so
Very,
freaking.
very used one.
It wasn't very used. I bought her a white Range Rover. It was a supercharged HSE Range Rover. It was like 5 years old. It was a used Range Rover, and they're the most unreliable vehicles.
Oh
in the
my
world.
gosh. I tell it. Everybody, I'm in the car business, been doing it 28 years.
Sure.
People ask me about them. I'm like, love them if you have a warranty. You
Yes.
got to have a warranty.
Yes, this was just past the warranty. Is probably why I got the deal on it. I did, and it broke down every single day.
Oh my God.
You're a car guy, so you know. Like we
The
had
gas pedal stopped working. That's what I say. What really happened? The gas pedal would not work.
the C clip for the axle broke, so the axle came out, so it was just spinning.
Oh my
gosh!
So when I
gosh.
would push the gas pedal, the accelerator.
Yeah.
Nothing would
The
happen.
car would move.
Yeah. And then we had a newborn, and we went to Coffeyville or Tyro to see her family, and we're about 3/4 of the way there with a newborn that's crying, has colic, and there's a pinhole in one of the airbags, and the compressor was running too long, so it went into limp mode, lowered itself all the way down to the bump stop, so we have no suspension, slammed to the ground, going 20 miles an hour with a newborn baby screaming in the back. She did not like that one.
Oh no. The photo op would look good. Car slammed to the ground.
It looked real good, but no. So she was not happy with that. We
And
sold
then I
that.
think he learned, but then he would bought it. Then he bought another lemon. He bought a car online, sight unseen, and like never again.
I did. I bought a CTSV coupe from a Texas dealership that sold Ferraris. So I thought it was like
It's
a
legit.
reputable
It's fair.
dealership. But it was as is. It showed up. It worked for about, 2 weeks. It was awesome. I put exhaust on it. It was like the Batmobile. You've seen the CTSV.
Oh, yeah.
drive. It was the Batmobile. I loved it. And then got a miss. And then it started leaking, and the heater core went out, and the radiator blew, and then it had a dead cylinder, and then it just continually broke. And I fixed it in the garage, and then it broke again. And I fixed it, and it broke again. And I finally just traded it in for a Jetta.
Yeah. Yep. Brand new.
Yeah.
Got you to work.
Well, here, listen, your car worries are no more. You call. You got
call.
me now.
Call
You got me. I'll help you with that stuff.
Yes. But I'm a big car guy, so I've always wanted that. When I first met her, I had a CTSV too, and it was like it was the older one. It was a stick shift.
Love that car.
Yeah. And
you traded it in for that Range Rover.
I traded it for the Range Rover.
And it probably worked fine, right?
Oh, it was great. I love that car. The car was badass.
Yeah, it was, but 2 doors with a baby. It was just a 2-door, right?
It was a 4-door.
It was a 4-door? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get irritated a little bit. Tell me about things that just bother you. How much time do we have? Yeah, let's go. It can be, socially, whatever. I'm poking you a little bit because I know some of the things that bother you. Yeah, but but let's articulate it a little bit.
Okay,
Talk about what's like stuck in your craw right now.
Can we talk about how unbothered I was until I became bothered?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back and listen to this one.
So let's start back. Let me, because I don't have any HR compliance bullshit to worry about. So tell me what your spiritual beliefs are.
Oh, I was raised non-denominational Christian, and I still am. And it's interesting because I do feel like I'm having like an inner spiritual revelation right now, just with everything that's going on. I would call myself a lukewarm Christian. I was born with the presence of God, it was just there. Always been religious or spiritual, I should say. But I believe my father, I've never asked him, but he's either agnostic or atheist. And so that was an interesting, contrast.
Josh, what about you? How are you?
About the same. I went to church, but not a lot when I was growing up.
So you were raised to
non-denominational.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right.
And I love going to life church. You go to life church.
Yep.
That's amazing. The experience is great. You feel better going to it. And then I would go, she's going to hate me when I say this, but I would go to the Tyro Christian Church, which is where they go.
Let's just name it.
Let's just throw it out there.
Okay. It's like my little town.
And they had an old pastor that's not there anymore. And I would go with them, and he would just make you feel so bad about yourself. He's like, if you have alcohol,
it's almost like Southern Baptist.
It was just I would leave thinking he was just scolding me for everything I did.
Yeah.
And then you go to Life Church, and it's like you're upbeat and you want to help people and you're great. So I love that, but then I hated that version of it.
Yeah. Yeah. We battle with that all the time.
So we're both believers. I would say very lukewarm, and we need to probably work on adjusting that. But we're both just super good people. We both have the best intentions, and I grew up learning that being a believer and being a good person are not always the same, and in both ways. Somebody could be a really great person and have no spiritual affiliation whatsoever, and then somebody could be so spiritual at front row church every Sunday and then be the worst type of person. And then
poser though, right?
Yeah. And then I would say I would say before this whole recent thing with Charlie Kirk, I think the whole country has felt like a spiritual revival with that. But I would say before that, I was leaning more towards I would listen to Joe Rogan a lot. And have you ever heard his beliefs on
well, I don't know the core. I know he's spiritual, right?
He's spiritual, but he doesn't necessarily believe that God was here, lived it, and that the Bible is 100%
yeah, he
true.
believes in the whole bigger creative.
Yeah, he kind of believes that I'm not sure, I'm losing my train of thought on what he believes that there's a greater being, but he's not exactly sure that it's God.
What it is.
Yeah, and so there was a while where I was talking myself into that. Well, maybe the whole thing is just a story, and how could the Bible be, So it's I felt myself being pulled into more worldly views, and it's I'm thankful on one hand that the world is it's the temperature that it is now, because it's time for me to get serious. I literally bought a Bible the other day, and it's
you're getting pulled back the other direction.
Yeah, and I can feel it. So
I love that.
Yeah, it's always been there. I love Jesus, and I love other people that love Jesus. I don't know why people are offended by Christianity. It's so crazy.
Because it's inconvenient.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's the opposite of having no belief. So it's easier on this side, because it's I was thinking about this actually earlier today. So I clearly am I'm a conservative through and through, and that did not even happen until COVID. Like I'm not political. I would still consider myself not political. I don't care about policies. I think it's all just
How were you raised? Were your parents Republican? Were you raised that way too? Or
very interesting. My mom is a registered Republican. My dad worked for the union, so he's by nature a Democrat. If I were to give my dad a piece of paper blinded and said circle your beliefs, he's a Republican. But up here, he's a Democrat.
just had this conversation with somebody on the way home today, just on the way home from work, and I was raised in a home, Italian American, blue collar worker. My dad's still a barber today. He's 83 years old. Mom worked for the phone company. We were Democrats.
Okay.
But
old
Democrats. School, and I think that I almost wish that they had a class for liberals, Democrats. And Republicans, because I think because the poor, good, old school Democrats get grouped in with the liberals,
and that's my dad.
Yeah, and that's they're just blue collar, and
But unfortunately, like right now in our political climate, it's not Republicans versus Democrats like anymore. And I mean, really,
it's a spiritual warfare.
Oh yeah,
to be honest, yeah. Yeah.
And so during COVID is when I was literally was I was like asleep at the wheel. I was just raising my babies. He would tell me something about this political, that political, and I'd say I don't even want to hear it. Like I do not even want to hear it. Don't even tell me. Crazy, right? Are you surprised by this?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then COVID happened, and guess what? I went to school for 5 years to learn about healthcare. Yeah. Guess what I had to do every day? Mask up and put gloves on. I worked in people's mouths every single day. You know how many times I got sick? Hardly ever.
Yeah.
Because I understand how to not cross-contaminate or whatever. So when COVID's coming out and they're telling people to mask up, and I would see people with like the same musty, crusty mask on that they've been wearing all week, and they would touch
or wearing it on their chin.
Yeah, just using it ineffectively, and then grocery shopping with gloves, and then wearing those same gloves in your car, and then wearing those gloves home, and I just saw all this happening, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, like does nobody have a problem with this? Like nobody has a problem with this? And then the mandates, the vaccine, and I never would consider myself an anti-vaxxer. Like when I would go into my kids' well appointments, I would ask them 100 questions, and I would sit with him, and I would the pediatrician. I would sit with him, and I would say, so you would give your kids these vaccines? Like I would reason with this guy. Like I don't want to talk about medical patients. I want you to tell me what you would do with your kid. He'd say yes, I would. And I would always make him like, just give me what I have to have. Like, don't give me the flu shot. Don't give him the flu shot. Don't give him any extra stuff. I want what they like, what's the bare like necessities or whatever. Never considered myself an anti-vaxxer. And then when COVID came out and then they started mandating vaccines, I'm like, no. And then that's when the rabbit hole started, and it didn't stop. And luckily this guy, he's already was plugged into everything. And Josh has kind of been my mentor. I've probably never told him that before, but he really was like, he was the strongest leader I had in my corner. I mean, he was leading people, he was leading our family, and I just started reading the books that he was reading, and it actually probably was the single most. Like, we always worked out together. We have everything in common, like, but like we never bonded over like business, and so I think when he couldn't have fell in love with me anymore when I fell into my leadership role, which I feel like most men don't allow their wives to do. But like
it was pretty sexy when
our
she
balance,
was leading all those women and having those calls.
Yeah,
it's good.
Our financial balance has like changed several times in our relationship. There's been times where I've needed him to like go make the money baby, and then there was times where my checks were rolling in and this guy got to just go buy cars off the internet. I mean, we're like a good team. We're a good
that's
team.
good.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, there's no scorekeeping, right?
No,
the score is it's us against them.
Yep.
Right.
The scores are babies, like their happiness and how they grow up and what they succeed and what the world thinks of them is like this kind of.
That's great.
Yeah, that's my biggest project.
So are you, Josh, I know she's strong in her beliefs. Do you believe like this? Are you devout in those same, with your conservative ways? And like, are you,
yes,
you know what I mean?
Very conservative.
Yeah. And then, so you're a pretty quiet dude. Do you?
I'm very quiet.
Yeah. So do you
We're
engage?
like yin and yang.
Yeah, okay.
In everything in life.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so do you if you hear people, like I can imagine if you're at a social gathering or whatever and you hear people off track saying some bullshit, you're going to be like, Can I chime in?
It depends. It depends. I'm pretty good.
If you know them.
Yeah.
If you know, I wouldn't say you would do it with strangers, but.
I would say like I've felt my friends kind of tiptoe around me in the past few years, and like I'll come out and say, I'll be like, you know that my beliefs doesn't change who I am. Like you don't have to 100% agree with me. Like we're not, like I feel like I kind of intimidated a lot of people out of my life there for a while.
Yeah.
So
Is that a bad thing?
Not always, no, but sometimes
Pruning season a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's kind of funny because, like you said earlier, like I am so sensitive, and to me, it's like when people don't understand your intentions, it's the worst feeling ever, and you're like, don't you understand my intentions?
One of the things that we learned in marriage counseling that has helped me, because I'm the same way through so much, is the first thing, if you offend somebody and they didn't mean to, the first thing they say was, that's not what I meant. The first thing you should say is the acknowledgement of the offense, right? Uh-huh. Hey, I realize that I hurt your feelings, and I am so sorry that I did that.
Right.
I certainly did not mean that. It's so just those little bitty orders of operation. Because if you go in, hey, that's not what I meant. It's a me first approach, right? Mm-hmm. And if you take that you first approach,
so what you're saying is words matter.
Words matter a lot.
That is the number one thing I say to Josh. I say, words matter.
You say them biblically, you say them into an existence, and they never stop. Mm-hmm. Anything that comes out of your mouth, it goes in for eternity.
Yeah.
And so, absolutely.
Someone told him to be quiet, I think, when he was young, and he just, that's just what he does. He's just very quiet.
But I would imagine, Josh, as strong as a person you are, I bet that when he speaks with intention.
Yeah, no, right? He does.
There's not gonna be a lot of bullshit coming out.
No fluff.
No fluff. Yeah. If you're talking, it's for a purpose.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
We've actually, not to just put you on blast, but we've actually had a couple situations where men have puffed up at me, not physically, like they weren't gonna touch me or hit me, but they were mouthing off to me. And I can handle myself. I can fight my own fights. But he'll just kind of sit back and let me do it. Like, he doesn't interject. Like, he'll just let me do it. And I used to get offended by that. And I would be like, why aren't you
Save me.
Why aren't you
Save
piping
me, Romeo.
in?
Yeah.
Why aren't you piping in?
Yeah.
He's like, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but I feel like you could pipe in. And he's like, he still hasn't. So I
feel like the bodyguard of a boxer. Like she's like going in, and I'm standing there, and I'm just making sure that.
What do you need me to do?
I never instigated, though, for the record.
That's true. And sometimes I look back on it, and maybe you were saying my biggest failures, maybe not stepping in and saying something in those situations. And hopefully I don't have another opportunity. But if I
don't know. We'll see.
I think
it's not like they're saying I'm going to kill you or anything.
No.
Yeah, listen, goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think in that, so that's where talk about redefining what tough would be. I think it would be tough. It's harder as a man to sit there and not act out, not be that chauvinist macho guy. It would be hard to empower your wife to handle
her battle.
Yeah. That would be, most men would want to defend their own honor. You're not, that's my girl. You ain't saying about my girl.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, hey, good luck on that one, bro. She's this one.
Trust me. Yeah.
Right.
And you're a fighter, wrestler, right? And when you go to the bar and you go out places, the loudmouth guys that are just talking and puffing up, they're not the tough.
They're harmless.
Yeah.
They're harmless.
So I don't want to be the guy that's yelling and screaming at somebody, because I'm not. I tell her all the time, I'm not scared in really any situation. I'm not physically
I
in
think
any
that comes
danger.
from being a wrestler.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So why would I puff up and be yelling at somebody?
Shouldn't. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that he empowers you. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was just I don't know, just something that I felt needed to go on the record about him is he just sits back and lets me. I mean, he's going to take care of me, but at the same time, he lets me fight my own battles, which I love. I don't even like if if somebody says something mean to me online. I don't even like it if he chimes in. I'm like, go delete that. I don't need you to come in and So he's probably just doing what he thinks I know, or what he knows is best for me, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. You are president of the United States tomorrow.
Okay.
What's the first thing you're changing?
Oh my gosh, nobody's ever asked me that question.
What about you,
before.
Josh? Either you, if you got one, you come up with it
Let
too.
me think.
Either one of you guys.
What is the first thing I'm changing?
And you can change
President
it. It
tomorrow.
would, whatever it is, whatever you do, it would change, and it would be done. It would happen.
I'm the most passionate about the healthcare system, so I would start there. And I think that if we change the way that our doctors were paid, I think our whole healthcare system would change.
Go in on that. Elaborate on that, because I'm not. Dominique's from the medical
Okay,
industry.
so
I'm
our
not.
doctors are basically compensated for surgeries, pills, and injections.
Okay.
That's the only way they're compensated. They don't get compensated for a patient getting healthy. There's no money made. There's no money made there.
Yeah, because once they're healthy, they don't.
They don't make
So
any
when
more
you
money.
understand
Yeah,
it, when
right.
you understand how the medical field is paid, then the whole healthcare system changes.
I know insurance is a complete scam.
Insurance is a scam. The way that they're using our insurance money is a scam.
So I go in to get an MRI,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady says, "Well," I have to get this MRI done. My hamstring and my leg was hurt. I didn't know what it was at the time. I'm paying cash, or I'm getting. It doesn't matter. I'm getting the MRI done. Lady's like, "Well, we have to wait till the insurance." I said, "Lady, I don't care.
Yeah.
If I'll pay cash." And she's like, "Well, do you at least want to know how much it's going to be for the?" Or she goes, "Well, it's like $350." I was like, "Okay, fine." She goes, "Well, do you want to know how much if the insurance comes through?" I said, "Sure." She goes, $680. I go, No. You said that backwards. So
Yeah.
it's $680. I got to pay cash, and if it's insurance, it'll be $350. And she goes, "No."
Backwards.
I go, "How is that even possible?" She goes, "Well, if you pay cash, we give you a 66% discount." I go, "But if you bill my insurance, you don't."
Yeah,
That's
a
why our
scam.
insurance
Yeah.
premiums suck.
Yep.
Yeah, and she probably got fired for telling you that.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't think
didn't. I didn't
Yeah.
care. It's
Well, and the magnitude of that, you have no idea. You have no idea how many kids are getting surgeries to have their penises chopped off or their boobs chopped off, and then how many adults need, diabetes medication, or like it's so jacked up what they're using our tax dollars and how they're using it, and just it's terrible. It's like they want us to be sick, they want us to be poor. It's like all the things. So I would change. I would start with the medical system. I feel like that would actually change something. Taxes are stupid too. I'd get rid of those,
Yeah, tell me about it.
especially after finding out what our tax money is doing. So.
Yeah. So okay. So let's the healthcare deal. How would you pay a doctor then? How would they be compensated? Like just salaries then? Just basic salary, not really on.
Well, the whole system would have to collapse, because at this point, it's like, well, what's happening? So I don't really know what the perfect answer is. I mean, obviously the perfect answer is for people to be healthy, but yeah, we have to pay our doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But with the way that the system works right now, they're only getting compensated for surgeries, pills, and anything they can inject in you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to the doctor, are they going to want to talk about the root cause of what's the matter with you? Are they going to want to talk about what you're eating? Are they going to want to talk about your lifestyle factors? Are they going to want to talk about all that stuff? Or they just want to give you a prescription? Mm-hmm. What do you think's happening?
Right. Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
just giving you what
Yeah,
you
we-
need.
yeah.
It's the Band-Aid.
So are you mad at doctors? I'm not. I'm mad at the system. Yeah. So
That's a good question, though. Do you pay them for how healthy their patients get?
Yeah, like
You get
performance based.
Yeah.
Like we'll pay you more
You
if your
take
patient
base
doesn't
blood
come back.
tests.
I
You take
know.
a base blood test, and if you come back in 6 months and it is better, then the doctor gets more money than if they would actually.
well, here's
inject
what I
them
think
with-
needs to happen. We need to get back to where doctors just operate. That's it. Doctors operate. That's all we pay them for. That's it. Then I don't know if we need some type of like nutrition department or like what we need, but the world is not healthy. I mean, you and I know that.
How about teachers?
That's
So-
a touchy subject for me because it's so polarizing. There's so many good teachers and there's so many bad teachers. But are you talking about pay?
I'm talking
Anything?
about
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
I mean,
I think pay sucks.
Pay is terrible for teachers.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And I think that if we I've always, not always, but in recent years, grown a strong conviction for this because of exactly what you're talking about. I feel like everything we do is all reactive. Everything we do is reactive. We do absolutely nothing proactive, none whatsoever, because
Okay.
proactivity causes
Doctors and not get paid.
you reduce a lot of needs right afterwards, and so I think you go all the way. So my mission, obviously, the Stronger Leader Men, it starts way back to the man in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If we can start there with men, holding men accountable, like I think that, sorry, but divorce should be harder. It should be absolutely a pain in the ass to get divorced. It should be almost equally as hard to kind of get married, right? There should be a little bit more of a process, but divorce definitely. It should be like extremely expensive or daunting, or something that would make you think about getting married.
True.
because I if this isn't going to work, it's going to be super expensive or super hard to get out of.
Yeah, that's
so
a good
they
point.
so they think about it. So again, being proactive, right? But it all starts back. And then so let's say we get the house figured out. We got a good dad in the house, a good mom, and we're raising the kid right, and we send them off to school. Now we got to have good teachers.
Right.
Also, in my opinion, putting God back in schools.
Yeah.
We got to have that, which I think that's the draw for private schools. With some of that.
Are your kids in private? No.
No, and here's why: because we struggled with high school. We're fortunate because Liberty's got a great school system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But somebody asked me, because we were struggling with what we were going to do, and my wife was talking to one of her friends, and so, well, let me ask you, why do you want to do it? And she said, well, because I just want them to be, around God and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, listen, if you're sending your kid to school to learn about God, you're messing up at home.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
That's
And
a good
so
point.
it's like, that was our conviction point. We're like, okay, so we got that handled at home big time. Right. So we kind of have taken an obligation, responsibility, the opposite, to send our kids out into the world to be lights into those public schools to bring, and so like
that's a good
Aniela's
point.
involved in First Priority and, all that stuff. And so we're doing Christian movements and stuff within the public school system. So
I like that.
yeah, so super
That's
cool.
good.
But I think that, so back to teachers, I think if we empowered them to, listen, Christianity, yes, that would be most ideal. But even if there was some spiritual components to bring in there and teach love and relationship and all that stuff, and
That's all part of the spiritual battle that we're in right now.
Correct.
It's all it's perfectly designed.
Yeah.
They want to get to our children, and they're doing it every way possible. And the school system is one of them. Not to go off topic, but I was extremely triggered to learn that when we moved into our new house, we live over in Staley. We finished building that when Harper was 3.5. So she wasn't in school yet. The school system wasn't even on my mind. I mean, it was right across the street. I'm like, great. I didn't know what else to look into. It was the newest elementary school built in the North Kansas City School District. It's the first elementary school to have unisex restrooms. Do you want to know what that's like? That is like every restaurant in Kansas City where you go in and there is that wash station, and then your babies are going to the bathroom in wall lined of stalls from door to ceiling with little boys, little girls, whatever. Then I actually stepped foot in the school. Very surprised to see about a 6'3" individual, seemingly a man, walking around with perkier boobs than me, in the halls of our kids' school. So there's
this
also
was a student or a teacher?
It's a teacher. There's also a transgender employee at the school. Not happy about that either.
Oof.
Yeah. So I like to say we go to the wokest school in Kansas City, or in the city. Yeah. So we are definitely.
And the straw that broke the camel's back for me was they banned football because it's too dangerous.
Yeah, they banned football at recess. My second grader can't play
Oh,
football.
at recess. I heard you saying about that the other
Yeah, they can't play
day.
football at recess. No football at recess.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I said, what are they gonna have him do? Drawing rainbows with sidewalk chalk? Well, what's he gonna do? What's he
He's
gonna
a
do?
quarterback, and I wanted you to practice
He
snaps.
can't- he
I was
can't.
like, take a football and practice snaps, like catching a shotgun. And he's like, no, footballs are banned.
You guys
Oh.
need to come to Liberty School District.
Oh,
Anyway.
listen,
come on.
I've already got my plot of land. It's
I mean,
so
how
far
is he
off.
gonna have? How are you gonna have him wrestle at any other school but Liberty High School? Come
That's
on,
true.
yeah, you better make the move now.
Yeah.
So were we back to this list of things that bother me?
Yeah, come on,
It's so
yeah, do
long.
it. Let's go.
It is
What
so
else?
long. I can't stand social media. I hate it. It's my place of work. But in the last several years, it's so blatantly obvious how fake people are.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
how fake they are. Just this online facade and just this fakeness, and they say something, and I love, I'm not Charlie Kirk by any means, but he was a mentor of mine. I listen to his podcast every day.
My wife has literally cried almost hysterically every day
I
since
haven't
it's
been
happened.
the same, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I know it's so cliche, and I finally did a video the other day about it, but it was a revival. It drummed up a spirit in me because I've been on this mission since like probably, I don't know, maybe April or so. Okay. And I've started getting sound. Obviously he's showing up in my algorithm because we're aligned, right? Sure. And then, when Erica spoke and said that, his strongest mission, the thing that he wanted more than anything was to bring back the American family. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, I am Charlie Kirk, right?
Yeah, and really just boys, like saving boys, like that.
Well, so you see the 2 on the TC2 on
that's your son, right?
That's my son, right? And so, it started out because he was watching me do videos in the car, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "He's 10."
Okay.
Like, man, I didn't really want to go too far into it with him because he's 10, right? But in my head, I'm like, I'm doing this for you. I want to model what a man looks like.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so I go, do you want to do it with me? And he's like, what do I do? I go, buddy, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. So let's just do it together. He's like, all right, do I have to be on video? I was like, maybe sometimes, whatever. He's like, man, I don't want to be on too many videos. I'm like, all right, well, I'll do the videos. And so every morning, he goes to the gym with me every morning. Probably you see us in the gym every morning, 5:30. We get up, and first thing we do is we go in the car in the garage, and I do my video for the day. And he's gotten to be my producer. He's my director.
Oh, like, that's cute.
I'll get done.
He films you, and
no, I film it, but when I'm done, he'll be like, too fast.
Oh,
that you were you're like a little too forceful on that one, Dad. That was you sounded kind of mean. I'm like, well, that's the spirit of what I was saying. He's like, yeah, you got to soften it up a little bit. People aren't going to like that. He's my director.
That
so
sounds like Harper.
Yeah. So it's been fun, but yes, and I said, here's the deal, son. I'll try to help the men. The young men and the men, and you take care of the boys.
Yeah, that's cool.
And together you and I will make this world a better place, one way or the other. And so it's been kind of fun, right?
Yeah, kids, they're such simple beings, right? Like they really are. They just need someone to love them, and they need someone to hold them accountable. And then it's like, what does really anybody else need?
Listen,
at the end of the day,
accountability is so powerful.
It is.
And I can say this because I am the most free-spirited person you'll ever meet, and I absolutely hate authority. I hate guardrails. I hate being controlled. I hate being told what to do. But I absolutely thrive in it.
Yeah.
If somebody is strong enough and it's somebody I can respect, can give me some good guide rails. I have to be empowered. I have to have you can't cage me up. I'll fight that tooth.
Yeah.
But as long as if I'm held accountable to stay within these guide rails and guardrails, I thrive. I run hard and I run far. You know? But you leave me with my own devices, I'm all over the friggin' place. I'm left to my own. Yeah, I'll be.
I always say I can really, really waste some time. My time management skills can be real terrible. Yes.
Okay. So how are you doing on time?
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What pushes my buttons is seeing people be mean to her online.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I hate it. I can't read any of the comments in her posts because you get this.
Well, most of these things, like a lot of these things are like bot. Like they're either like bot farms or they're I don't exactly know what's going on, but like these aren't actual people. I mean, they might be, but they're not real people with real life experiences and real stories, and they're somehow paid or made to like go create these like accounts on social media.
Because those are the ones that are like, hey, we can get you 10,000 followers because they.
But they're also like commenting on your stuff and like stirring the pot. And like they're like the first ones that like get you angry because they want to.
Trolls.
Yeah, they are trolls. Like let's just call them trolls. Yeah, but that's like a true thing. Like I don't know if there's like people that like come to basements and get together on their computers. Like I don't know, but.
So what's funny, Josh, about that is in public, out in person, somebody can talk shit to her and you're cool with letting her handle it. But online, you get flared up. So why do you think that is?
It was different, though, because the in-persons are not this. Like, there's something that I know she can handle. Like, but, like, when you get a profile picture of some guy with blue hair that calls her, "What the hell do you know, you transvestite?"
Yeah. Oh, I get called a
why don't
tranny
you,
every day online. I'm
take
like, it's
you
the
and your
jawline.
6 head, and like they're just so mean to her. I'm like, I want to kill that guy. Like,
yeah, they're like,
what
how long
are you
have you been a
looking
woman?
at? Like, come on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, I have to stop reading sometimes because I want to comment, but then I know she doesn't like that because it looks like I'm coming in to save her, and she's
Yeah, let's just be clear. Nobody's like calling me. And nobody's like being that bad to me. I'm just saying,
I
like,
get
there's
it.
been men, and I've like fought my own fights and whatever. It's fine.
You know, ever since when we bought the practice, the medical spa practice, and you know, I do a lot of our social media stuff where I'll boost like the ads or something. The girls do all the content and all that, and then at night when I go home, I'll look and I'll boost the ads, and then I see people start rolling in, right, and then you get these off the wall freaking people that comment, or they'll DM, you know, they'll click on the ad, or you know, to blow. I know what they're doing. They click on the ad to blow the picture up because the girl's hot. And then it sends a message to me and generates a lead. And they're like, F you, leave me alone. I didn't do that. I'm like, yeah, you did, you little freak. You clicked on that picture. You're trying to look at that girl. I know what you're doing. And I'm the boss, so I don't care. I'm not going to get fired. I own the business. So I get this. It's so liberating sometimes. That's awesome. Like, but hey, I've told them before, hey, let's be real. You clicked on the picture because she was hot. And you got a message sent to you. So it's all good. But don't act like you didn't do nothing because you did.
Busted. Love it.
Cool.
So,
love it.
What's something people would be surprised to know about you?
Well, I kind of exposed it in the beginning, but I would probably say like my roots, like the fact that I was born and raised on a farm, and not only that, but like I was working it. Like I drove a tractor from like the age of 12. I was really good at. We put up a lot of hay.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Oh, babe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like every summer, when I wasn't doing sports, I was on a tractor. So we did a lot of hay. We had a lot of cattle. We have a lot of farm ground. My dad runs about 1,000 head of cattle. We have, I don't know, 10,000 acres or so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so driving a tractor, hauling hay.
Does your family still farm?
Oh, yeah. I have 2 older brothers. They both live really close, like to where my parents' farm is.
They take care of the farm.
Straight out of Yellowstone. If you see them, they are straight out.
Yeah, my brother wears a big black cowboy hat, black like boots, belt, all the things.
Do you follow the McBee Dynasty reality show at all?
No.
You haven't seen that? You
No.
guys ought to look it up. It's pretty good. It's
We
local.
don't watch a lot of TV.
We've been
It's
watching
local.
stuff like High Times and.
Have
you seen that one?
No. Is it good?
Hightown. That
High
was on
Town, High
Netflix.
Town.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that McBee's Dynasty,
Okay.
it's like a local Yellowstone. You seen McBee's Car Wash over on 291
I have.
over in Liberty?
Yeah.
So they're up in Gallatin, I
Okay.
think, and they've got a big farm,
Okay.
and it's on Peacock. It's a whole reality
sweet.
series.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
And the CFO of the company, Galina, she's Russian, and you'll have to see it to understand the whole the construct of all the characters. But Galina is one of Dominique's patients, and so
okay.
we did a cocktails. It was called Cocktails and Connections. It was an event. Laura Beth, who does Brittany Mahomes' hair,
Okay.
and Dominique are really close, and she's kind of one of our influencers, you know. And so we got all of our higher profile clients, hers and ours, and we had this Cocktails and Connections party and kind of brought them. It was a networking event, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And Galena came, and the whole film crew came from. So we were actually on the reality show.
Oh, that's super
we were getting
cool.
the night. We didn't realize they were going to air it because we didn't know, you know. And so the night it aired, we didn't know, and we're getting all these texts. You guys are famous. We're getting all these screenshots of TVs and everything everywhere. So yeah, it was kind
That's
of cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have
So
to look that up now.
that was my moment in the fame.
Cool.
Right?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else people will be surprised?
Yeah. What about
About
you,
you?
Josh? What would I be surprised to know?
I'm obsessed with the color purple.
Really?
Mm.
I love purple.
That's good.
My tattoo is all black and purple,
Where'd that come from?
and my car was purple. I don't know. It's just something about like a royal purple. I'm really drawn to it.
It is royal.
And she hates purple.
He wants me to wear purple. And like,
And you hate
ugh.
purple.
I
You
don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. And like, I'm of course not going to love it because now, you know, because he told me to love it.
Exactly.
That's another thing that gets on my nerves is like girls that have no idea about sports teams, but then they like think they're a fan of the team because their husband is. And I'm like, name one player on the team.
Yeah.
You don't know one. You don't know one player. You don't even know a rule of the game.
Like all these Swifties now are football fans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's a big Ohio State fan, and I've like never even sat and watched a game, and I won't because it's not my thing. It's his.
Yeah.
I got
So-
Bodie though. He loves Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's a big Buckeye fan. He's playing NCAA on PlayStation 5 right now, and he like did a dynasty where you start in like a high school team, and he just got drafted into signed a letter of intent, and like he was so excited because Ohio State was one of the hats he got to pick. He's like jumping up and down and screaming. He's like, yeah. He's high-fiving me. I was like, I got it.
Does he want to go there?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
of
what
course.
he wants to do right now.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. We'll see it out.
And our daughter wants to go to LSU, and they're purple. So
Hey, there we go. Oh, that's great. Okay, so if you could have dinner with any 3 people, living or dead, who would it be?
These are the kind of questions that like get me every single time. Let's see. 3 people, living or dead.
I mean, can we just throw it out there? Like, we would all say Charlie
Trump,
Kirk.
yeah.
And
Charlie Kirk for sure.
And Erica.
Too.
There's our 3.
There's our 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would actually love to sit next to Elon Musk. There's something about him. I want to touch him and just see if he's like even real.
I know.
But I feel like that would be some good conversation. You know, I love Trump, but like I don't think he's the easiest guy to like sit down and talk to. The way he like tells a story or talks or speaks, I'm like, old man, just get to it.
I know, and
it's like a circle story. It starts and then he goes off tangent, but then he brings it back, and you're like, wait a minute, was that on purpose? Because like that was actually really good. But
and you hate that. You like
I do
if
hate
I
that.
tell her a story, I have to get straight to the point. If there's any fluff in it,
trim the fat. Just tell me the facts.
Yeah, I don't need the birth. Just the
I'll be
baby.
halfway through a story. She's like, I'm bored. What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Dominique does the same shit to me.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, what's the point?
Yes.
But then you men are also like, you know, this thing where like if you guys were to go hang out or something and you had some tea to spill, you're not going to ask him any of the questions that I want to know.
Details, right?
Details.
That's the other piece of it. Dominique is so pissed off about all the time. She'll be like, okay, so what happened? I'm like, it was cool.
Yeah.
What do you mean it was cool? Like, what was said? We talked about it. Okay, like,
Yeah.
I'll take
Details.
the girls. I'll take the girls to dinner. I'll go on a date night with my girls, you know, and something. What'd you guys do? Oh, we went and ate Capra Grill. Okay, what'd you talk about?
Stuff.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just stuff. Yeah. Like, you never tell me the details. Yeah, that is true. That
is
true.
very true.
I
Yes.
know. Okay, so what's your go-to for your zen, your self-care? Like,
Yeah.
what's your reset button?
Yep. So
What fills your battery?
Yep. So I've learned very recently if I don't go to my sunrise yoga class, I'm just not the same person.
How often do you do that?
It's just 2 days a week. I wish it was more. It's Monday, Wednesday, and then I try to. There's a Thursday class. It's not at sunrise, but it's my favorite way to wake up. So it starts at 6:30. I love my Monday morning sunrise yoga after the weekend.
Is this hot yoga at all? Or
they don't like necessarily turn on a heater per se, but it is hot. It gets about 80. So I'm in there with all the bodies in the small space and sweating and stuff. There's something about just being at one with your body and your yoga mat, and it is a little bit like it is a spiritual thing. You know, it's not God that you're talking about, but it's like connecting with yourself and your thoughts and your body, and a lot of like words are said like very belief building words. You know, you're in control of your destiny, and you are strong and you're powerful, and it's
statements.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of affirmations, and I leave there. It is the one place guaranteed every single time I leave there feeling so much better.
That's great.
So yeah, that's that for me. I mean, also just any type of physical.
What about you, Josh?
It's funny because she's like aggressive, right? And I'm laid back. We're yin and yang. And for her to reset, she needs to be relaxed. For me to be reset, like I get in a rut, I have to go for a run where my lungs burn and I have to push myself through it. And it's like
He's listening to like rock.
and
music.
I'm listening to Rob Zombie, like so it's completely the opposite. Which
Yeah,
is,
that is funny. Yeah. Well, that makes sense though, because you're to recharge, it would have to be the opposite of what you're doing all the
that
time.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
So
yeah. So
that's-
just like this morning, I felt like I'm in a rut. Like I go to the gym and I lift and then I sit in the sauna. But I've never I don't like burn my lungs. Like, and I had to. I ran 3 miles this morning real hard, as hard as I could. And I just felt great afterwards.
You know, that's a valid point. So I play soccer on Sunday nights, and you know, why am I doing it 46 years old? You know why? Because it's hard.
Yeah.
It is, and it is so like the only thing. You know, I got 3 kids in competitive sports. I run 4 med spas, 4 car dealerships. Now I'm trying to do this. I mean, you know, I'm just like go, right? My brain doesn't shut off. My wheels are spinning. When I play soccer, the only thing I'm trying to do is breathe and stay alive because My cardio sucks. I'm running the other day, Sunday, we're playing this team. We, for whatever reason, I put us up in the top division, right? And so we haven't ever played in the top division. So I brought my team up to the top division, and this kid gets the ball, and I take off running, and this kid was so fast. I literally took like 4 steps. I go, yep, nope, can't catch him, and I subbed out right there. Yeah, it was the first time I really just came to because normally I would just try, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, can't do it. He's gone.
That's funny.
Not happening.
So, all right, last and final question. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about?
I was going to ask you, can you sit with yourself? Can you be by yourself and be alone and be bored? It sounds like you...
Bored? Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I am not
You're
good
not
at
just
that.
going to sit with yourself or your thoughts? Okay.
I need to.
Yeah, I used to not be able to, and I've recently discovered that.
My wheels spin. If I'm awake, I am like borderline, and I could be undiagnosed narcoleptic.
Oh, okay.
Because if I sit with myself, like to meditate or whatever, I'm
Fall asleep.
I'm out. I am out.
Well,
yeah.
you could also just be 46.
I'm what?
You could also just be
that's true.
46.
I'm freaking tired. Yeah, I got up at
You
5.
run 4 med spas and
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
You know, I set my alarm for 4:58 every morning. Yeah, 4:58. Like, why? I'm like, because I make myself feel like I'm more productive because I get up in the 4 o'clock hour.
Oh yeah, but you're like by 4:50. No, getting up early is like the best life hack ever.
I do.
Yeah.
And you know why? Somebody said the other day, and I didn't. This is not why I started doing it, but I think it's why I'm drawn to it. Is because it's hard.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you start your day off
with the hard thing.
Then the rest it just kind of how you do anything is how you do everything. Right?
We believe that too. We make our bed every day. Like we believe that too.
So I'll send you guys a little off topic, but about that, I'll send you guys this picture. I took it this morning. I'm actually going to post it on social media. I'm going to do a thing about how you do things, how you do everything. So I always tell the story. Up in our bathroom, we have like the little toilet off to the side bathroom, that I never close the door and my wife gets mad at me. And the trash is in there. And so I always do my Q-tips in the morning and I throw it in the trash, right? Well, if I miss it and it goes behind, it's a small bathroom and my big ass, I got
it's hard.
Ugh. But I do it because I tell myself how you doing things. If you won't stop first thing in the morning and just pick up that Q-tip, you'll just get by
let
the rest
everything
of it.
else slip.
You'll let
Snowballs.
everything. And people are like, that's so stupid. It's just Q-tip. I'm like, it's not just a Q-tip. It's a way of life. And I tend to now in my life, I tend to look at details in life like that. Here, I had a situation this morning. Kid's probably going to hear it, but I told him about it. So I'm kind of mentoring this young kid. You may have seen the real tall kid that's been going to the gym. He's like 6'2", 6'3", real cut. He's got alopecia. Always got a hat on. Now that I point him out, you might. Yeah. So anyway, I've been kind of mentoring him, and today I was supposed to get on a call of some software that he's kind of selling or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll do it for you, right? And I set this appointment up a couple of days ago. Well, then I got an email from the guy that owns the company, like, hey, can you move it back to 4? And I'm like, man, I really, that's a turn off, first of all. You don't ask a business guy to move his schedule around the day of, right? We can schedule it for a different day or something. And there's 5 other people in this email. I'm like, you're inconveniencing 5 people to move because you have to go, okay, I get it. It's a cardiologist appointment and life happens. It's fine. But we're talking about a business here. Have somebody else do the demo, right? Sure. And I tried to explain to him, like, buddy, like your best foot is supposed to be forward when you're selling a product to a guy. If this is your best foot, the service after the sale is going to suck.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we don't do business this way. Well, it's the only way you've ever done it with me so far.
That's all I know.
And you know what I mean? That's all I know. And so I try to tell people all the time, like those little things, picking up a Q-tip behind the trash can, it's very meaningful. You just don't know how much that concretes thoughts into your head, So anyway.
I've found myself going out in the garage and I'll have a screwdriver and I'd walk out the door, I'm in a hurry, and I just lay it on the bench. I've turned around and went back out and put it back because I think about it. I'm like, why did you just do that, Josh? Go put it back.
100%.
Go put it back.
I love that you're like that. Yep. Yeah, we're like soul brothers.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. All right, before we close out, anything else you guys want to talk about or bring up or mention? This is your platform too.
Oh gosh.
Do you read?
Do I read?
Yeah,
I do.
What's your number one recommendation?
Oh, so probably. One of the biggest ones that I've liked in recent years was Extreme Ownership.
Jocko Willink.
Yeah, and I'm kind of Jordan Peterson, Jocko Willink, and of course Craig Rochelle, our pastor. He's those are probably some of the biggest leaders that I read in pretty much all their book. Craig's written a couple books. If you like reading, I'm writing my book right now, so you guys I'll get you guys a copy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love
great.
I love
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah,
Yeah, we both do.
So to be fair, I'm an audiobooker.
Yeah,
Because if
same. We are too.
because if I have time to sit down and read, I'll fall asleep.
I have to multitask everything I do.
Yeah. And my car rides are 25, 30 minutes each way. I can get good, podcasts, reading. Yeah, I don't listen. If I listen to music at all, it's all Christian music. I don't even listen to hardly any secular music. Occasionally, I've got some rocky soundtracks in the gym, mixed in with my Christian music in my playlist. What about you? What's your favorite book?
I got a lot of good ones, but the one that changed my life was Leadership and Self-Deception by the Arbinger Institute. It's like a fictional book about a guy that goes to work for one of his competitors. Like, he worked at this one company, and their biggest competitor, he went to work for him, and he's finding out why they're so much better. But it's all about a concept, I don't want to give the whole book away, but getting outside the box. And outside the box is your own head. And it teaches you that everything in your life that happens to you, how people treat you, how people see you, the results you get from all your actions, everything is your fault.
It's the anti-victim book.
It is. So
that's extreme ownership. So we're kind of,
It's like, if this person, in a meeting room is a real a-hole to you, if you go back and think about it, the interactions you've had with them in the past, the way you've treated them, caused them to, everything is your fault. And I started that book, I think I was mowing my yard. It was my old house. It was a long time ago. And I mowed the yard, and I was listening to it. And then I was like, I can't put this down. So I mowed it the opposite direction. And then I was like, well, maybe I can do 3 ways. And then I put a weight on the back. I mowed the yard like 4 times.
I was probably like, where are you?
She was just like, what are you doing? But it's the best book ever. And I've recommended it to a lot of people. Do you know Mike McKean?
I do, yeah. He's with my boss right now at a YPO.
I recommended it to him, and I think he had his whole company read it because he liked it so much.
That's awesome. Leadership and Self-Deception?
Yes.
Okay.
It's awesome.
I'm going to get it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of other good ones. I like Turn the Ship Around. It's about a nuclear sub captain that was supposed to be on this certain sub, and he trained for it for like a year. And right before, like a month before it was going to depart, he got changed to another sub, and this sub was terrible.
Like reading like fictional books that have meaning?
This one's, yes.
That's cool.
But this one's true. This is a real story.
Okay, got it.
So this is nonfiction, but he goes to this other sub, and he's like, how am I going to turn the worst sub in the whole fleet around and pass this inspection and go to war, right? And I know nothing about it. And it's like it's his journey on taking the people that have the information. So letting the people that know make the decisions instead of you as a leader just telling a whole bunch of people what to do. You let the people that know tell you, why they're going to do something, and you say, okay.
And that's how we need to run our country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
It's a really good one.
That is good. What's that one called again?
Turn the Ship Around.
Turn the Ship Around. Ooh.
And it's there's like a little, how they have the YouTube videos where they like draw as people are talking?
Yeah.
There's like a 10-minute recap of the book where they're drawing and stuff. It's really good. It's a 10-minute awesome.
Okay.
It's a recap of it, but it's like when you have one guy giving orders to 100 people, or you have 100 active thinking minds that know the business, this ship doesn't stand a chance versus this ship.
Yeah.
So you're building leaders. You're giving the people the power that have the information.
Empowering, yeah. I'm big into empowerment. That's great. What about you, Chelsea? What's your favorite book?
I've read a lot of different ones too, but I think The Mountain Is You was my favorite. I don't know, that was a female author.
You guys are giving me some good new ones.
I definitely like a good chick read. It was a female author, but it's really was like just like elaborate way of like how to get out of your own way, and just kind of understanding that what you've been through in your past and your conditioning and the mindset of your family and their beliefs and all that, just how to overcome that and break through that and like build your own. Mm-hmm. And that can be like a really scary place for, you're still figuring yourself out in your 30s, I think too. And I read that book probably in my early 30s when my kids were young, and I really needed to hear that and those words. So I usually recommend that book to like any of my female friends, just kind of going through like personal struggles. Mm-hmm. Business wise, Gosh, I've read so many. I've read every single book Josh has.
So like the ones that I recommend, she like usually doesn't like being told what to do. But one that I like recommended and she actually liked it was Green Lights by
I did love Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey.
It's
Okay.
like autobiography.
That's a good one.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
I just watched a sound bit that he, one of the TikTok or something the other day. Gosh, man, he just amazes me.
You need to read that book if you haven't.
Green Light.
Green Light.
Okay.
It's
so
like
good.
It's like his autobiography and how he grew up and he got in these situations and then something happened and he ends it with like green light, like
Green light.
like this.
Like it was a challenging situation, but it green lighted him into like the next, elevate. Just super. You got to read that book too.
He's deep, so I would like to read.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, last one. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Give the best advice you have to your 18-year-old self.
Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Let's see. No boy's worth anything at that point in your life. Be whoever you want to be. And what else would I say to my 18-year-old self? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I really had a pretty normal, I would say like my upbringing is like a lot like the what's the family off of
I know.
I used to always quote it, and now I'm like, what's their last name?
I was going to say Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, the Cleavers.
The Cleavers, yeah.
Just and if there was the slightest inconvenience, we were just going to sweep it under that rug over there. Like we just like nothing really. I just left home being like, who am I? Like, and I just had all this open space to go figure it out, and I'm really glad I did, and I'm really glad I didn't fall into. Drugs or like any of the other things that, can delay your time or send you on a different trajectory. But yeah, I knew what I wanted. I wanted a freaking family of my own. I wanted a good man and I wanted a family. And I mean, I'm living my dream. I mean,
Love it.
Our life is not anywhere perfect. We're not rich, we're just rich in love. And when the four of us are together, like I tell people all the time, I'm like, my family does the best when the four of us are together. Like when one of us is missing or something, like the four of us are just, that's when we're the best. And I've told him a million times, I'm like, we're never getting divorced. Like I'm not only because of marriage and like what we've committed, but like, I'm not giving my kids up. Like this family
There's
is
no
like
every other weekend shit
everything
happening here.
Yeah, we're no every other. So that's no excuse for you to,
right.
But yeah.
What about you, Josh? What are you telling your 18-year-old self?
The same thing I'm trying to teach my daughter right now. Don't quit and keep making plays. She's very good at a young age of recognizing that. Like she has this affirmation we say, and she always knows don't quit, and she wants to get a little tattoo of don't quit. Like just keep making plays. No matter how hard it is, whatever situation you're in, just keep making plays and don't quit, and you'll eventually find your way out.
My mom used to tell me, of course, you could pursue this from wrestling, and it carried on through life. They can't pin a moving target.
Just keep making
Can't pin a
plays.
moving target.
You know what else we like is it's easier to tame a lion than
Oh my
a tail
gosh, that's
on
a good
pussy.
story. So we were somewhere.
We were at a restaurant.
A restaurant
in,
out of
not
town,
in
like
Kansas City.
somewhere. And we're sitting here, and our
our
kids
kids.
are being crazy.
They're
right?
toddlers.
They're toddlers. They're throwing stuff. They're wrestling. They're going crazy, and we're kind of embarrassed. We're like yelling at them.
We were kind of in a nice restaurant. We're like, sit down.
And this guy comes over and he puts his hand on us and he goes, "You know what? You guys are doing a great job. It's a whole lot easier to tame a lion than paint stripes on a pussy."
That's what it was. Not the tail. Yeah.
I love it.
And I had never heard that before.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Truth.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
and we're
brought
raising
you
two
right back
lions.
to it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're supposed to do, right? Yeah. How cool is it when I don't know? Are they doing sleepovers or anything with cousins or?
Yeah.
How cool is it when they call and like, "Hey, your kids are so well behaved." You're like,
Yeah.
"Are you sure my kids were there?
Yeah.
my little heathens?" Because when they're here, I mean, you heard them earlier. I mean, they knew I'm down here doing this. They're banging and clanging, and you know.
Oh, I thought it was thunder.
Yeah, that's me too.
No.
That's my life.
Honestly, I feel like that's the only way you know if you're doing any good is like if other people
Yeah.
comment on your kids. I mean, otherwise you're just biased. I mean, you know.
I long for it when people tell me that. I'm like, thank God. You hope we're doing all we can, you know, and then just to hear, you know, like, okay, thank God.
Right. No, I know.
It is.
Harper gets out of gymnastics, and the first thing I say to her, how was practice? The first thing I say was, were you a good role model?
Mm-hmm. It's great.
That's the first question every time, no matter what.
Most important. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we used to do, I just posted a video. I found it. We used to do the affirmations before we leave the house every morning. And I got, did you see the video of my son?
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, we used to do it. I had it up on the kitchen cabinet on the way out to the garage. Every day we would stop in the morning, and this is when we didn't have them going here, there, and everywhere. We were all riding in the same car every day, going. You know, we leave in the morning to take them to preschool or whatever, and we'd stop there and do all the I am statements. Right?
Aww, that's cute.
And
that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
I'm gonna. What was the last one? It was something about show people. I have to go back, man. It was
the affirmation.
Yeah, I think it was show. I'm gonna be. I'm a child of God. I'm a great Christian. I'm a great mom, great dad, great husband, wife. Went through all those. I'm gonna make a difference today in someone's life.
Okay.
That was what we'd end with. I'm gonna make a difference today in someone's life. So that's you're a role model.
Really good.
Yeah. Raising up leaders, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for spending some time on here with me, and this was good. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be. And
thank you.
Maybe after we leave, you're like, dang, you know what? I should have said this. So we'll have to maybe do an episode, another episode again.
Yeah, follow-up episode.
Yeah, we'll do a follow-up. And so any shout outs, so we can get anything that you like want to promote. What's going on, like business wise? Anything that you want to bring? I can put some links below.
Oh yeah. Well, I recently, within like the last year, I partnered with the wellness company, and it's like a non-toxic Amazon. So that's like where we shop for our home. We're able to get like all of our home essentials, whether it's cleaning supplies, laundry soap, hand soaps, like all the things that are like you're bringing toxins in your home if you're going and shopping off Walmart and Target shelves. Like we kind of all know now it's all full of crap that we don't need in our homes. So I partnered with them in this last year, and I'm loving it. So obviously we're all healthier than ever. But the one thing I noticed with my kids, just like getting all the toxins out of our home, and my daughter takes like a probiotic every day and their vitamins and stuff. My kids do not have those chronic year-long runny noses that, you always deal with. And just having a happier, healthier home right now is like my mission.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
you're doing a good job of it too.
Yeah, we'll put a link. Yeah, it seems like it.
Thank
we'll put
you.
a link in there for you guys.
Thank you.
Well, pray special blessing over your marriage and your
Thank
family,
you.
and I
We
hope that
appreciate
everything
it.
continues on. And I appreciate your friendship. And Josh will be together more in the wrestling room this year.
Absolutely.
We would love to be part of your mission in any way if we could help you out. So
absolutely.
It's great. Yeah.
I will watch what you wish for. You just might get it.
Right,
So,
right.
Anyway. Well, all right. That's our show for episode number 3 of the Leadership
Number 3.
Podcast.
I was number 3 in high school, actually.
There you go.
Nice
Let's
job.
go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys' time.
Thanks.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
have a good
Tony.
night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Be good, be blessed, and be stronger.